Let's review all the adventure improvements they have made.
7K Dreamer Plays.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be going through the new changes and additions to Adventure. Before we look at Auto Adventure, let's take a quick look at the new Auto Power Up. In the past, we could only prioritize higher rank heroes to be powered up. In the old system, if we chose to power up 4-star heroes, then all the 3-star, 2-star and 1-star fodder will be fed to any 4-star hero available in your inventory. This also means a lot of gold was used because you need a lot of 1-star fodder to power up 4-stars. However, in the new system, you can specify what rank of fodders you want to feed to your 4-stars exactly. So you can restrict it to only using 3-stars, while for 3-stars, you can restrict all 1-star and 2-star fodders to be used so that this keeps your power up cost low. Note that 4-star power up will still be prioritized. Since you are using 3-star heroes as fodder for 4-stars, then as long as you have available 4-star heroes, any 3-star hero you get will be first fed to the available 4-stars. Only after you have ran out of 4-star heroes, then the game will start powering up the 3-stars you get subsequently. Personally, I'm sacrificing 4-stars at the moment to power up my 5-stars to get more fusions for 6-stars, so there is no overlap of hero usage in this case. An extra thing to note would be to never ever press the element power up button because it is a complete waste of resources. The developers should really just remove this to prevent any misplace. Now let's turn our attention to Auto Adventure. This is a new function for players who do not have the time to still be able to get resources and progress in the game. You can only do this up to 100 attempts per day, and the number of keys used will depend on which map you intend to auto clear. The map difficulty is also automatically set to the higher difficulty map, which supposedly gives better rewards. Normal difficulty uses 3 keys per attempt, but if you haven't cleared normal difficulty, then you will see easy written here, and every attempt will only cost you 2 keys. Rewards from Auto Adventure are not affected by hot time and has no extra boost mode perks. So this has been feedback by many players, just for you to take note. Also, I need you guys to focus on how much actual space your inventory will need to have if you want to just throw in 300 keys in one try. I had to do so much clearance, so you can see from this short clip that if I didn't have at least 100 empty slots in my inventory, they would not let me clear 100 attempts in one go. I will now share with you guys some findings across all the worlds from World 8 to World 13. Thanks to the contribution from my guildmates MaidNoble and XiLKEM, we are able to get a complete picture of things. Note that for World 12, the pets world, a 300 run key can't be done unless you have 0 pets. So what are the commonalities? Firstly, the ruby amount you get is always higher than the amount of keys you put in. As we know from the key shop, one key has an approximate value of 0.9 rubies, so if you are using 300 keys, the minimum amount of rubies you should get is 273. This means that there will always be a guaranteed ruby profit in Auto Adventure. Furthermore, if your keys were obtained without using rubies, then it's an even greater profit for sure. What about the ruby ratio? You can see the calculations all displayed at the bottom. I took the number of rubies farmed divided by the number of keys used. I believe the key to ruby ratio can be anything from 1.1 times to 1.3 times. So there will be days which are better and days which are worse. But the conclusion is that it is worth to use rubies to get keys for Auto Adventure because you will earn them back in just a matter of seconds. Secondly, you don't get any experience from this feature and none of your fodder will be leveled up, so this feature is purely a key to resources conversion. Third, if you compare the soul shard amount, it can range from 10s to 40s, and my guildmate Noble did mention he received up to 60 soul shards too, so that could be a much wider range than what is shown on this screen, and Auto Adventure can definitely help you gather soul shards much faster during the week. So after seeing all these now, do you guys realize that World 13 may not be the most ideal map to actually complete your Auto Adventure? It drops pretty pathetic loot which barely gives you any power-up stones, and the fodder quantity and variety isn't super amazing either. Same goes for World 11, which gave me a lot of trash items and a whole party of Kangjais. On the other hand, Worlds 8, 9, 10, which have specializations in gold, jewels and accessories, actually provide much better and usable drops which can be used to upgrade your equipment and give you faster progress. I personally think these worlds should be your focus and you should rotate your daily auto clear depending on your needs. Need more gold? Go to World 8. Need more crap jewels to power up your strong ones? Go to World 9, and etc. One question I received was, when will Auto Adventure be better than regular farming besides being time saving? One positive aspect of this is that it gives players a chance to be able to get resources from maps which they may not have the best team for. Take map 1010 and 1110 for example. These floors, while able to be farmed, would require a very strategic team to clear, and it is not a simple case of throwing a solo Yonhi and finishing the run in 40 seconds. So I believe before this, players would seldom farm there. But with this new feature, you do not need a dedicated team and you can still be getting accessories and items if you put in some keys for map 10 and 11 respectively. And in relation to that, it actually helps you have a secondary resource or income avenue. So imagine you are so hard up on farming rubies you spend most of your time in Asgard. There's no way for you to farm jewels and accessories, especially the higher maps like 915 and 1010. Because if you can't farm much fodder in these maps, then you will be earning so little rubies or even making a loss. But now you not only can earn rubies but also get additional gold, jewels and accessories, etc. Again, I want to stress that if you want to progress well, you cannot rely on this mode entirely for your journey in 7 Nights because regular farming can still give you much better rewards. Take a look at my results for 300 keys in hot time in 610 after 1 hour 45 minutes. Much better than what I get in 15 seconds from auto adventure. And even if you finished all auto adventure attempts, you should continue with farming away in good maps like 4-5 which give decent fodder variety. Let me show you some calculations with the context of map 4-5. Assuming you use 296 keys for 37 sets of fodder with 4 fodder per set, you will level up 148 fodder and you will earn 444 rubies in total since each fodder gives you 3 rubies. And if you are a new and returning player, ruby farming is still one of the most important things since you need to upgrade your masteries as soon as possible. So I hope this video answered some questions you may have had about auto adventure, and feel free to leave more in the comments. If you found this video helpful, do give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more useful guides. Thank you so much and see you!